Hi and welcome back to another video. Today again we'll be looking at Undecember, a Diablo 4 Path of Exile type game which is soon to be released on PC, Android in the West. Today I'm going to run through some of the basic things, mainly being skills. Skills are critical for the game but can be quite confusing for someone new who doesn't know how to set these up. Now, skills in a game are extremely important because they give you the ability to carry out combinations. There are various different weapons in the game that you can use, and you have to change the way you do the skill set for every single one of them. Now, this has been presented as a bit of a gotcha game, so you have to be careful when playing this. Before you get into it, you have to understand there will be loot shops, etc., and different sorts of currencies that you'll have to use. That's something you have to bear in mind at all times with any sort of game like this. Now, working through all the weapons, you can vary between ranged, staff and melee. To get the skills that you want, I'll also go through how you will set up your skills and how you upgrade the skills as well. It's very simple to do, it's not as hard as you may think at first. It just has to be mess around with a little bit to ensure that you get the best from your abilities. Whirlwind is one that I really used a lot, so upgrading that for me was key because I only done the melee, but this will probably be the same for any sort of skills that you want to do whilst you're playing the game and carrying your way through it. So bear all that in mind. I'll jump into it now and exactly how the basics of the skills is done and just run you through it and explain exactly how to enchant them to level them up as well. Now, once you're in the game screen, you're going to want to press K on your keyboard. This will bring up your skills. Now, as you can see, I have my skills set up to my preferred melee using the sword. If I take all these away, I will quickly explain how you have to do it. Now, with any skills, you have to set a centerpiece down into the grid. This will allow you to then start dropping the items in. Now take note where they join. I have a red on sides. You see now the green doesn't actually connect. You can tell when they connect with the little red line it shoots across. This will be the same for all of the different skills. Now you have to build these up in a combination where the red line joins them all the way through. This is critical to ensure that all the combinations are going to come together using this one stone. But don't worry, you can actually add other stones later, which I'll show now. These add as an additional slot to put it on it to bypass what you would have as, say, one of the sides that aren't touching. Once this is done, you'll see that I also have an ability which goes in. This doesn't actually have to join to anything, but it can join other things to it as you go and progress. Bear this in mind because it will be important later and ensure that you're able to progress all the skills properly. As I said, this is very basic tutorial on how to do it. As you go through, you will obviously move your skills around, perfect it. You can actually get enhancements from shops to change the sidings of the colours, so you can change it, the red line from the left to the right, etc. It's randomised, so again, currencies will be used for this, which is not ideal, but this is just how it's going to have to be. As you can see, I easily use that skill. It's not hard. All the skills are now adjoining, and this means I will use all the combinations. After you've done that, go to the top, then start adding your abilities to the keys. Do it to what you're most comfortable with. Now, just to bear in mind, you can just run down a skill all the time. You can have Whirlwind on all the time. It'll automatically fill your mana back up if you have mana bottles, something I don't really agree with, if I'm being honest. I don't think it's the most ideal thing to do. Now, as you can see, all the abilities are now working to the keys that I assigned them to. It's very straightforward, as I said, but as you grow, you may want to change your abilities or change the skill sets that you've got and go to like a bow or a magical staff. You have to do the exact same thing. Now, when it comes to your skills in general, you actually have to upgrade these as well using a currency which so far in the game is quite easy to obtain. This can be done in different levels, as I'll show in a second. All you have to do is go to the central towns, click on the skills, and then start upgrading them. Once you've got them, put them in, just register them through. You can choose from these different gems, the different colour of gem from left to right, scales. As you put them in, you can get a higher percentage boost on them. Now, I haven't went far enough into the game to understand if there's going to be any higher ones or if there's going to be any ones in the store or used from different currencies to test if it's going to be very predatory in terms of cash shop. However, at the low level so far, it is quite easy to do, in my opinion anyway. As I said, this is a very simple way of doing it. You can see now the skills have upgraded as I've done them in the market shop. Very easy, very simple. This is a very basic tutorial how to do it. It's something that at first I was a bit unsure of, but after I worked it out, mastered it, it became very, very simple. Let me know what you think about Undecember. Is it a game you'll be playing, or will you be bypassing it after the Diablo Immortal scandal? Thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you in the next one.